Hi, from the risk management team. Just thought I'd spend a couple minutes and tell you a little bit about what we have been working on in our team efforts. We have really been working hard to promote our business and to grow our business, not only with employee safety, but on our Y package, trying to attract new customers. Christy Selker and I just returned from the Small and Mid Size conference down in Florida, where we had an opportunity, and I think we really did talk to a little over 200 CEOs that represent the majority of our market, which is really those small and mid-sized YMCAs. And they continually tell us what a great job that we're doing. So I want to pass that along to all of you, because we are essentially a great team that makes this all happen. But we also brought back about 15 different opportunities or prospects that we're going to be following up with, and we look forward to seeing how it is together that we can grow our business for 2012. So this is just a little update as to what's happening with us. We're going to continue to work on how we reduce losses with slip, trips, and falls, and with sauna fires and pool overflows, and continue our child abuse prevention efforts. And if it gets cold enough, we're going to continue to work on frozen pipes. So if you have any questions or want to know further what we're doing in risk management, hey, just stop on by and we'll be glad to catch you up.
Hey, it's Amanda again, and I'm here to talk to you about the Darkness to Light initiatives and give you a quick update on everything that's going on. If you are looking for a way to talk about this, or if you're confused about what to call it when you talk with customers or anyone else, let me make that a little bit easier for you. We are calling the initiative Partnering in Prevention. So if you've heard the words shine the light or darkness to light or abuse prevention, we're trying to be a little more consistent in our messaging and phrasing this as partnering in prevention, because that's what organizations are doing. They are looking for partners in this work, and YMCAs and JCCs will be using that lingo, so tuck that away. There's also a steering committee to frame all of this work. So we are working with YMCAs throughout 17 states now. And there's a steering committee of about a dozen YMCA leaders, folks from Darkness to Light and the Redwoods Foundation, that meet on a quarterly basis to guide our path as we go into the future with this. Regionally, there are some things you can be aware of. We are having 2 regional events that will be hosted by Orange and Chatham County and also Durham County. There was a collective group of facilitators in Durham that have trained over 800 people in that county. And they've joined forces with the Orange and Chatham County initiative to amp up to 3 counties now. And so there are 2 Wednesday events. If you know any community leaders who should be hearing this information, just the community awareness meeting, let me know and I'll make sure they get an invitation. Locally, thank you to everyone who has come to one of the stewards trainings in our office. We had some great discussions. The facilitators and I thank you for engaging and participating in these conversations. And there are, just as a reminder, upcoming trainings, so check your calendar. If you're not scheduled to come to one of those trainings, please come see me and I will make sure that you get in there.
You may know about the Freedom Riders. The Freedom Riders are people who boarded interstate buses somewhere in the north to ride integrated into the south to challenge some of the laws that had been enacted in the south to prevent blacks and whites from riding buses together. Many of those buses were attacked. A number of them were burned. People died, many people severely injured. It may not be familiar to you that about 1/3 of the Freedom Riders were Jews. In the years that followed, there was significant work on civil rights and voter registration in the South. Nearly 1/2 of all the attorneys who worked on civil rights and voter registration cases in the South during that period of time were Jews. There was a brutal punctuation to this period of time, because in 1964 there were 3 civil rights workers who were working in Mississippi. They were staying in Oxford, Mississippi, but they were doing work in churches and in schools in Philadelphia, Mississippi. Cheney, Goodman, and Schwerner were their names. 21, 20, and 24-year-old young men. 1 was black, 2 were white Jews. All three were arrested that day in Philadelphia. They were detained in a jail cell until the Klan could put their operation together. They were then released without being charged and sent back to Oxford on the only road that they could use. And on their way, they were intercepted by the Klan. They were killed, their car was burned, and they were buried in an earthen dam not to be found for months. This is the brutality of our history, and the connection of the Jewish and the African American community was incredibly strong in those days, when the Jews acted in some ways against their own self-interest. What I mean by that is that the Jews that lived in the South were at best inconvenienced by the actions of the Jews from the North, because as you well know, the Klan hated the black and the Jewish community equally. And the Jews in the South had kind of been quiet about their faith. The Jews arriving from the North put them in a position where they too had to take action, and they did. Many people think that the civil rights movement would not have gotten the traction or had the success that it did without the support of the Jews. I want to share that connection with you today, and I want you to think about and learn from our black history.